Yo, what up, YouTube? Sorry about the background. There's a lot of things going on right now, but hopefully you guys paid attention and enjoyed the video that I put out yesterday on Monique Munoz, the one that had died because of that 17-year-old that, you know, was doing 125 and crashed into her. And there's no stipulation, so, you know, I like to say I don't like to do the cause business, but it is fact, you know what I mean? It's all over the newspaper and social media. So basically, hopefully justice is served whatever way it should go, but that's besides the point. I will be in Inglewood, I think on Sunday, at the Grimy Boys booth. They're gonna allow me to sell my disc. You know, they're doing me a solid because I do need to get up off these discs. For the people that already been purchasing it, man, shout out to you. And some of you been paying way over than what you were supposed to, but shout out to you. You understand the vision, you understand the mission, and let's just get into what I'm gonna talk about. These are just some of the discs. I got a few boxes like that. So like I said, come out and support. I'll be in Inglewood, but don't come with that drama, because it ain't just going to be me there. It's going to be a lot of different people there. So, you know, you don't want to end up on nobody's t-shirt. With that being said, man, see you on Sunday. But basically, this story is going to be something that, you know, I chose not to really speak about this, guys. You can tell by the title. Some of you probably already clicked off because you didn't want to hear it. But it is social media, and things like this do need to be addressed. Now, it's not getting on here gossip and anything. It's just me giving my opinion on exactly what I think and how I feel. Now, there's two cats on here, which is ZIMMERMAN and TEKACHI 6ix9ine. Now, TEKACHI 6ix9ine is one of those cats that you already know he's basically on borrowed time. You know what I mean? He's did a lot of stuff. He said a lot of stuff that infuriated not only his faction, as far as like the group that he was claiming, which was the Bloods, and why he angered a lot of people out here, because he chose to come out here with the same antics that he felt would fly, you know, that was flying in NY, because nobody was really paying attention to him. Nobody really cared, you know what I mean? And outside of the fact that the people that he actually had backing him, he was a nobody himself, you know what I mean? And, you know, so basically, I decided to speak on him, you know what I mean? TEKACHI right now, like I said, you know what I mean? I didn't want to put it in the byline, but the only reason he's really not dead right now is because people keep him popping. And it's not just like these little videos, but people keep him popping. They constantly going at him, constantly being disrespectful, which allows him to then in return pop back at them, which keeps him in social media's eye. And to be honest, as long as that happens, nothing's ever gonna happen to him. And like I said, whatever his you know, with God is gonna, you know, whatever his consequence in the end because of his antics will be, you know, it'll be when it's his time to go. Now, as far as me seeing anybody really pressing the line, no, because there's a reason behind that. And the reason is he has so much media attention on him right now that it would be almost idiotic for anybody to approach him unless you're going on a kamikaze mission. And don't get me wrong, I know he may see this or he may not, but if you do, understand that there is people out there, especially, I won't even say just especially in Los Angeles, but there is people out there that are just that crazy that will go at you. Now, you got a lot of young cats that entertain him because they feel like, you know, he gives them an outlet. Like, okay, you know, I can proclaim his gangster and snitch in the end, which there is no real street structure anymore. I mean, you have like certain things, but it's so out of whack and things have been so overplayed and not handled that people tend to take it as a joke. Like, you got these cats that are on social media that are trash, that are known for telling on people and known for, and they're throwing it in people's face. So when people see that, they're like, look it, for a certain faction to be as strong as they proclaim to be, why isn't this dude touched? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those. 6ix9ine knows how he moves. When he went to Nipsey Hussle's, you know, he knew. And I can guarantee you that if anybody did try to move on, you were either get shot up or you were going to jail. Mando, you were not going to be able to reach out and touch him because of the type of social, you know, it's the type of how should I say, the way all eyes are on him at this point. You know what I mean? And until that dissipates, until he no longer can sustain certain things, the eyes will continue to be on him. Now, in order for somebody like him, which I'm not gonna wish nothing on nobody. Everybody will get the consequence they get in life, but in order for somebody of his caliber at this time to get got, he would have to no longer be in social media. The paparazzi no longer chasing him. Nobody really worrying about his whereabouts. And that's why they tell people like that are doing blogs to just don't talk about him no more, because the more you talk about him, the more shine you give him, the more people are constantly paying attention. Because to be honest, he really don't have fans. He got people watching to see exactly what's gonna happen. Like, is he finally gonna get got? Is this gonna be the one time that he does something that gets him caught up? And it's always a strong possibility that he does that. I seen a little snippet of an interview he did with those one brothers. You know what I mean? The ones that like to box, and you know, they Jake Paul and them. I seen a snippet of that interview, and he was just brazenly just acting as if he gave 2 zeros about dying. You know what I mean? That he knows everybody dies regardless. He tried to give a brief but exaggerated version of why he told and why he shouldn't respect the code. And there's some people that's gonna come on here and be like, I wouldn't respect it either. They violated his wife. They didn't violate her. She was a whore. You know what I mean? And she gave it up to his homeboys. That's this whole status. A lot of these trash bags that are chasing fame will sleep with anybody in order to get on. And that's a prime example. Now she's scared for her life because people hate her baby's dad. So that, you know, they see her as an easy target. She should be careful, but that's nor here nor there. That has nothing to really do with us. Now, I'm going to get off 6ix9ine. I'm just going to basically say the only way 6ix9ine is going to get touched is when people no longer pay attention to him at all. Because if you don't pay attention, it's basically like this one dude said, Brim D. I think, yeah, Brim D. Brim D's basically spelled it out in his video. Like, hey, you know, if as long as you don't, you know, if you don't give this guy no type of shine, eventually his money dries up. When his money dries up, he can no longer pay for security, and no longer paying for security, he can no longer protect his life, because the feds he's only good until, you know, it is over, and then, you know, they get their indictments and he's done. You know what I mean? He's not in witness protection. He refused to go into it, which is dumb. But, you know, he's a different type of breed. All up here. Get him up out of here. But anyways, that's all I'm going to say on 6ix9ine. Now, as far as Zimmerman, people have spoke on that. Like, well, all these people pressing the line on 6ix9ine for him snitching. He's a snitch. That's why they're pressing the line. Now, Zimmerman killed somebody that he shouldn't have killed. He did something. He was one of those that was already looking to kill somebody, and preferably somebody that was black. You could just see it in his demeanor. And people might say, oh, well, he wasn't racist when he did it. But if you see his antics after that, he's talking about the Skittles and all this in the hood. And, you know what I mean? He was one of those that, you know, was dying for acceptance. You know what I mean? And really wanted to prove himself that he was capable of doing that. Them are sociopaths. That's what I think of Zimmerman. And do I think he really fears anybody running up on him? I doubt it. But the only reason that he's not going himself is because, to be honest, when it comes to the conviction of certain people, it's not there. It's like when you'll see, my son's yelling, you know, but it's like when you see it's like when you see a white dude, you know what I mean? These dudes will snap no matter where they're at. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but there's always a lot of them that are willing to go above and beyond and true to their conviction. You see the dudes storm the Capitol and all this. You got people true to their conviction. When they feel some type of way, they're out. You know, you see it all the time. Go ahead, shoot me. Like, it's a different train of thought. You know what I mean? Now, when you got the black community, if you go into the inner cities and try to do something, yeah, you're God. But for them to leave up out the inner city to actually go out there and do the dirty work that should have been done, it's not going to happen, because it's a whole different mindset. Some people are more willing to go that step beyond, and the strong ones that were at one time really with that get back. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a group, I think, out of Chicago that were extremely feared, probably more than the Black Panthers. But, you know what I mean, I'm not here to speak on them, but you have people with that mindset that we're gonna go all out regardless. You may have 5 or 6 out of every black group, but then you go to the white group and they got like 20, 30, 40, 50 people willing to just, you know, if you do something and you actually shoot one of theirs, they'll storm the police station to lynch you, you know what I mean? And probably get away with it. Not only because of, you know, It's the simple fact that conviction is there. A lot of these dudes ain't get barbaric when it comes to making a statement. But that's why I consider Zimmerman and TEKACHI Lame 9 in the same category, because they're not gonna get touched. And anybody that's thinking about touching it right now is not gonna be stupid enough to do it, because they're not gonna risk their future. I think Bryn D said something about Dirk not doing certain things. Of course he's not. And anybody that's been on the street that know what's up with this game know that that's not only a suicide mission, it's just stupidity. You're gonna throw your life away for one individual that's just trash. I used to think that's NY's business, but to be honest, it's one of those things. It's like a cancer that's slowly infecting a lot of different thought patterns of the young. Understand, if you're a young cat, you don't get involved in it. Don't get involved in gangs. It's stupid now. Straight out, it's stupid. And you ain't going nowhere with it no more. You know, in certain groups, you can't even gangbang. You know what I mean? It's just, you can't even do it. You got, you know, certain people clicking. It's like, it's so much different, watered down in the game right now. It's not even worth it. The best bet is to get out, man. Get your education, get you a job, and ball out. Get you a chick. Even if you don't want to, you know, necessarily be with one chick, man, ball out. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Flash, get a different mind state than a lot of us cats have. Because if you notice, a lot of us, like myself, are still stuck in certain parameters. We may vision outside that and actually travel outside certain parameters, but within here, it's always going to be within a certain parameter. Old heads, think a certain way, a dying breed. It is what it is. Now, all I'm going to say is don't waste your time with this, man. You know, make some of yourself and forget all this drama. And anybody that's worried about anybody speaking on 6ix9ine, mind your business, go on about your business, and maybe you do better in life. You know what I mean? Don't worry about what another man says on his channel, because at the end of the day, just by you telling me or telling him or telling them not to speak on it, they're not going to listen to you and speak on it anyway, because it's the attitude. Who the fuck are you? And if you're one of those that get frustrated and want to fight an individual that you don't even know over a subject like this, then you're just a clown chasing the same thing that 6ix9ine is. Clout. And on that note, your boy Zod, like I said, pick it up. Your boy Zod, Wavy, Drill. On that note, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out.